Hey fams, I recently found the original materials, or some of them, that I use to teach my child how to read. I'm starting really intentionally at age 2. She was reading with me by age 3, and by age 4, she was reading independently, but of course, with my assistance and my guidance, I'm still sitting next to her. She would not necessarily read like once in a blue moon for a book. We would start and she would want to finish if we didn't finish by herself. So she could read by herself. Doesn't mean early readers want to read by themselves. So keep that in mind if you're starting your early reading journey, but I just want to show some of the tools. First of all, I had giant sound cards. Now, technically, this is from an actual general educational curriculum called Foundations that they use in the school systems, good quality early reading curriculum. In counties that use this Foundations to teach early readers, usually you're going to get really high literacy outcomes early on. We also use Montessori sandpaper letters because my child went to a pre-K 3 and pre-K 4 Montessori preschool program. So when she started that program and I saw she was really into that texture and sensory experience, I purchased my own set. I did not bring them out of storage because it's a huge, heavy box of wooden sandpaper letters. But if your kid is a sensory child, you might want to invest in those. So large sound cards. We also made our own sound cards that I misplaced and we'll share with you guys another day. Then I bought this set of spinning blocks. I'll show you what it looks like, which came with this book. I think that this company that made these spinning blocks now uses like word cards, and I do not like that method. I think the motivation for the spinning blocks was that I told my child, like, she really actually still enjoys them and she's 10, that it would help her if she keeps sounding the words out on the spinning blocks, read this book. And it really did. So this was Sam and Meg. Sam, I skipped a page. So at first, her first words in the book she's reading were one word. It wasn't even words, names, but she could sound them out. Sam and Meg met. Sam let Meg dig. So even if you can't find a really easy story like this, which will be in my second volume of my coloring book, really short stories like this, you can make one with your child. And then in this bag, which was like a bag that we could take places. So I was really excited about this company because of this bag, but you can get a bag like just a cloth bag, y'all. But it was her reading bag. Sorry, we're crooked, but I don't feel like fixing it now. Spinning blocks. So they have vowel consonants in different colors. A lot of times these come in like italics nowadays. I've noticed, especially on the Amazonia. I'm not into that, but it is a form of letters that children will eventually have to learn, but I wouldn't naturally use those. So I would stay away from that unless your child is in a Montessori program where they actually teach the kids cursive from like day one, or if they live in a Latin American country like we do and they teach the kids cursive pretty early on. But otherwise, I would look for the print ones. So they have one of these for each vowel. So you have E, the originals, 10 years old, basically 9 maybe. You get 5. Obviously, you're not going to get all the consonants on the sides, but you're getting a variety, enough to get started teaching them. So here's 5. So all 5. Then, and this is the original, y'all, we had Legos, and these were used Legos. I never bought Legos until she was older and was asking for kits. We had hand-me-down Legos. This was like the little base for us to build words on. So I just wrote these with Sharpie, and whenever they started coming off, I retraced them. Sometimes my kid would help me. As she got older, I was okay. Different color for vowels. So I had a lot of blue, so I used blue for the consonants and yellow for the vowels because I wanted the vowels to really pop. So I chose a bright color. You could just make words. Am, wham. I didn't even plan that. That's a real sound word, but we also could do like, I guess, fake words. Like this would be a fake word. Av, wap. My kid would giggle so much. She would have so much fun with the fake words. So be creative. There are some rules about certain sounds, like you would never have WH at the end of a word that you want to start teaching your child as you're building. And you never want CK at the beginning of a word. So quick tip, bookmark that if you know you're going to forget that, parents. But here are the original, some of the original. I want to encourage parents to think outside the box